time for the final drive with Ellie French.
With the injury to quarterback Casey Thompson, the big question is how serious is the injury? Will it sideline him for next week's game, the remainder of the season? Those questions should be answered in the next few days. But if Thompson were to miss the rest of the season, the player's confident that they can lean on Chubba Purdy or Logan Smothers.
With Ellie French, she's inside Memorial Stadium.
Garrett Nelson was voted a captain this season for a reason. He always brings so much energy, and that energy fuels both the Blackshirts and the Huskers as a whole. But that energy was lacking in the season opener in Ireland, and because of that, Nelson felt like he let the team down. Some other bright spots for the Blackshirts against North Dakota: O'Shawn Mathis getting his first sack in a Husker uniform, and Caleb Tanner making some really nice open field tackles, but the unit knowing that there's always room for improvement. Hey Jack, yes, a lot of excitement today as Matt Rhule will be introduced as the new head football coach for Nebraska, and obviously a lot of excitement just buzzing for this new era. Coach Rhule actually arriving today in Lincoln at about 8:20 a.m. Our own Andrew Ozaki was there to get him as he arrived with his kids and his wife, and athletic director Trev Alberts there with his wife to greet them as they came off the plane. Now Coach Rhule will be introduced today at 1:30 in a press conference at the Hawk Center. But of course, a lot of excitement buzzing around Lincoln today. Coach Rhule coming with Trev Alberts to the Osborne Athletic Complex after they left the airport, coming in, having a meeting with players. We actually got to talk with quarterback Casey Thompson, who told us a little bit about how that meeting went, and him saying that he's still deciding on kind of what his future will be, but said that he kind of enjoyed getting that first little introduction from Coach Rhule. Again, that press conference at 1:30 today at the Hawks Championship Center, where Coach Rhule will be introduced. We'll all get to hear from him for the very first time. That press conference will be streamed on KTV as well as KTV.com.
Okay, a huge part of this whole deal has been Trev Alberts. He would not take no for an answer. So with that story and then more, let's bring in our Ellie French with more on the Huskers athletic director. Ellie?
Yeah, Andy, actually Trev Alberts shared with us that someone told him there was no way that he was going to be able to convince Matt Rhule to come back to coaching this year. He kind of turned to all of us with a smirk and said that he took that as a challenge. He said he had a lot of phone calls, a lot of Zooms with Coach Rhule, but said that he felt he needed to get him and his wife Julie out here to Nebraska so that way they could see things, and that he thinks is what really sold them.
Well, Matt Rhule plans on meeting with Mickey Joseph in the next few days. How about the current players like quarterback Casey Thompson? Ellie French has more from Lincoln.
Before his introductory press conference today, Matt Rhule met privately with current Husker players to share just the vision that he has for the future of this program. Now, after that meeting, he met specifically with quarterback Casey Thompson as well as his dad. We actually saw Casey Thompson in the parking lot, and he gave us a little bit of insight into how that conversation went, as well as where he stands on whether or not he'll be back next season.
He's a really good dude. He seems like he's a good coach. He has a plan in place for the team and for this university. He reached out to me on Saturday. He called me, and he's reached out to guys like me and Garrett Nelson and some other players on the team, and he said he'd love to have me here as the quarterback next year. I'm just taking it one day at a time. Obviously, I played quarterback here. I would love to stay here and be the quarterback, but I just want to meet the head coach today. I want to see, obviously, what kind of offense and what kind of staff he's going to put together, and we'll just go from there.
Now, as for the new Husker head coach, he was very candid about the plans that he has for the current roster.
You know, I'm going to tell everyone, hey, this is how we're going to do things. I'm going to share a vision with everybody, and then if it's for you, great, and if it's not for you, I understand. I want every student athlete that's in our program to be happy, and so if they're not happy with us, then I want them to go somewhere else where they can be happy.
Rhule expressing that he's not only interested in guys that are talented and just want to come here to play, get their degree, and go. He really is interested in guys that want to come here and be educated and wear that N with pride. Outside Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Ellie French, KTV News Watch 7 Sports.